Wise.com or TransferWise is a great tool for entrepreneurs and business owners to have multiple different currency accounts, get paid in different currencies, and send their money wherever they want. Now, for many of my clients who have US LLCs or from outside the US, opening up a US-based Wise account has been very complicated. And in the last week or so, Wise has been contacting all kinds of my clients, including myself personally, to ask them to verify their address and where they're doing business in order to keep using the service. In this video, I'm going to explain to you what I've given Wise and what my clients have given Wise, what my team have instructed my clients to give Wise to get their accounts approved and reopened, what isn't working, and some alternatives and what you need to open those alternatives. And these are alternatives to Wise or TransferWise. But I got this email from Wise, and then they asked me to confirm my address. So what I did it all on my phone. I actually changed my address before I confirmed it because my Wise address wasn't the right address. I changed it to the address I'm in right now where I'm doing this video from, and then I uploaded the lease document from my phone. And they haven't said anything else to me, so it worked out fine. I think it's a little easier for me because I'm a U.S. citizen and I'm based in the U.S. and I also have a U.S. residential account. But many of my clients who are getting the same issue and getting these same things, they're registered with a foreign residential address, but they have a U.S. business address. And these are addresses that maybe they had before they started working with me. And I think those are the guys that are facing the most problems. The clients that are working with me and using our address service, where we give real physical addresses, are able to use TransferWise, and it's working great. But for the clients who come to me and start working with me and haven't updated their address with Wise, now Wise is asking to confirm, and their address is coming up as a registered agent address. And Wise has been really strict over the last year and a half or so about using registered agent addresses. They want you to have a real physical address in the U.S., whether residential or business, and it's usually easier to get a business address. So what we've been providing to TransferWise to get these accounts unlocked and approved again is really two different things. We've been successful sending sublease agreements or commercial lease agreements showing that you have a lease at a real address and it's all done right and all signed and you upload it, and they've been accepting those. And again, we give those to our clients. And then they've also accepted tax returns. So if you're filing tax returns, like if you've worked with me and I prepare your tax returns, I can send it to you and you can upload that. And they've been accepting that as proof of address if you have the right address, obviously, in the tax return and it's not a registered agent address. I have other videos about how to get an address that isn't a registered agent address. There's 6 ways to get an address. I'm going to redo that pretty soon and try and explore some other ways. What I'm currently doing is just renting addresses and letting clients use my office addresses, and I have just a bunch of offices, and that's how we're helping our clients. You could use a friend or a family member, or you can lease your own address. There's services online, but you just can't open an LLC with Doula or Busy and use their virtual address. It just won't work for Wise. So if you don't have this address solution, let me tell you a couple of other solutions and what might work for you. So in terms of an EMI, electronic money intermediary, some of the most popular ones that aren't TransferWise are going to be Airwallex and Payoneer. Now, I did a video with the guy from Payoneer. Payoneer, you can open an account, but they have a bit of a longer process. I'll explain what you need to get these accounts open. So for Payoneer, you generally need one bank account to connect to it, and then you need to fill out a full, long application with KYC information and just a lot of information for them so that they can get the account approved. If you have the right guy or you get the right introduction or connection with them, they'll open the account, and they're great to use once you get the account open. They have a bit of a longer application. But they have the same thing as Wise, except for non-resident accounts actually will give you a debit card that you can use and you can spend. Whereas like if you're a non-resident with a U.S. address, you still can't get a debit card with Wise. Like me personally, I don't have a Wise debit card that I'm using, even though I'm based in the U.S. I don't have one. It's not really a service I'm interested in using. But for some of you guys, if that's your only account, you might benefit from having some kind of way to spend your money on a debit card. Now, Airwallex is a great option. I think the software is better than Payoneer. It's almost as good as Wise. Wise probably does have the best software and the worst customer support. But Airwallex, you're going to need to have a physical bank account to connect to Airwallex, and this is what my team has been telling me with their and doing hundreds of applications for our clients. This is going to be not a Mercury, not Relay5, but they want you to have like a physical bank account, like Chase, Bank of America, Valley National, BMO. There's so many different banks you can apply with. as a non-resident, generally in person. I have other videos about that. They want you to have a physical bank account to link, and then an email with a real domain. These are the 2 notes I got from my team. So that means like at jamesbakercpa.com, @.com, not a Gmail email address. So you want to have a real business email domain. And that's something I advise for all kinds of applications, that if you are registering for stuff and taking online business seriously, you should set up a domain. It's going to be $5 a month to set up your own domain and have your own private email domain with your own dedicated address, right? So that's basically it. If you have a Wise account and you haven't updated your address, make sure that you check the address where you're at now, see if Wise is asking for any updates. And if you need help with an address, you need help setting up any of this stuff or fixing any of these problems, definitely schedule a free call with me or the team, or send us an email. We'd be happy to help you. If you have any different experiences with Wise or Airwallex, please share in the comments. Everyone viewing this channel are generally non-residents, people from outside the US. Those are the people I'm working with every day. These are great services and great tools to have, especially for international business. So it's important to get them set up and keep them open. And that's really what the goal is. That's why I'm making this update video for you. So share your experiences below. Let's all work together and keep our accounts open. And if you need help with it, again, you can schedule a call at jamesbakercpa.com/schedule. See you on the next one.